Simply put, the Honeybadger is probably the best SMG because it has the ability to have high capacity magazines and the suppressor. In terms of damage per second, however, these guns are all equal. The Bulldog contains the highest fire rate out of all of these guns at 2 ticks or 25 rounds per minute, but with a decent high recoil. The Scalar is the rarest with the lowest magazine capacity, but it also has the lowest recoil out of all SMGs. And finally, the Honeybadger. The Honeybadger is probably best known because of its integral suppressor, as well as being able to take military magazines, which means it can also take military drums. Out of these 3 SMGs, it seems to have the highest recoil out of all of them, and the Scalar being the lowest. Here are the SMGs sorted by fire rate, the Bulldog having 25 rounds per minute, Scalar, Yuri, and Peacemaker at 16, and Calling Card, Honeybadger, and Viper at 12.5. Here are the SMGs sorted by raw damage per bullet, where the Honeybadger is at 40, Calling Card at 33, Scalar at 30, Viper at 24, Yuri at 22, and Bulldog and Peacemaker at 20. In terms of damage per second, it's 500, 412, 367, 333, and the lowest of 300. On the left we have the guns that are filled with military ammunition, the right we have ranger ammunition, and the bottom is civilian ammunition. When loading one full clip of ammunition, we can see that the Viper seems to have the lowest amount of degrade, considering that it has a small magazine. It's followed by the Honeybadger, Scalar, Bulldog, Peacemaker, Yuri, and then Calling Card. In terms of recoil, the Honeybadger is probably one of the easier ones to control, considering it's mostly vertical, so it's mostly just dragging down. Scalar also has probably the lowest recoil, as well as being vertical, so it's very easy to control. With all the 500 DPS SMGs, they seem to only possess vertical recoil, making it very easy. However, the Bulldog also possesses a decent amount of Z recoil, or depth. Moving on to the non-500 damage per second SMGs, we got the Calling Card. The Calling Card does possess a decent amount of recoil, both vertical and horizontal. However, it does make up for this by having a 71 round drum magazine, which is a lot of rounds to spray down. Another good thing to note is that the casings do come out from the top of the gun, so it's quite hard to aim down, especially if you're spraying down. If you're using third person, then you're probably fine. Next up is the Yuri. The Yuri probably has the highest recoil out of all the SMGs, probably spraying you all the way to the ceiling through half the clip. But if you can really drag down, it's probably pretty good. Next up is the Peacemaker. Luckily, like the other 500 DPS SMGs, it's mostly vertical, so it shouldn't be too hard to aim down. And the sights are elevated, so there won't be any problem with looking through a muzzle. Finally, the Viper. Arguably the worst SMG that we have in Unturned. It suffers from very small magazine capacity, high recoil, and underwhelming damage per second. You can see how bad the Viper's recoil is, considering that on the right is a Calling Card spraying its whole drum out. Here's the final look on. Thanks for watching and have a great day.